Chris, in some previous videos, we've talked about several items here on the table that we have for protective device. But can you briefly explain how the lock and tag procedure works?
Sure, absolutely. The thing to understand, whether we're talking about locks or tags, is at the end of the day we want to make sure that whatever device is being used is traceable back to the employee that applied it. So what we don't want to do is ever remove anything without verifying that the employee that placed that is no longer in harm's way. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. So the first one that we see is padlocks, where they'll actually have the name of the employee and a photo sometimes attached, and that padlock follows that employee at all times. So when the key comes out of that, they lock it up. That employee takes the key out, puts it into their pocket, and they're the only one that has that key other than the supervisor, and we can talk about that process later. If it's something where we have, say, a group of padlocks that we're using, we can also use a tag where we've got the employee's name that's listed on there. Some employers actually have them custom made with the employee's photo on them as well. Same concept. So we want to verify that whoever applied that device to it has removed themselves from the hazard before we ever take that thing off, if we need to take that off. But in practice, we want to make sure that the employee that applied it is the employee that took it off. Sometimes we'll see too, if we've got a piece of equipment that's been taken offline for an extended period of time, they'll put a tag on it, they'll zip tie attach it to the power sources on there, and they'll put a description of why it was taken offline, whether it be a maintenance activity, and when expected that it'll be back online. So.
Okay. Bottom line, Chris, the lock or the tag is kind of an accountability system for the employee that will be working on the piece of equipment.
Absolutely, and we talked a little bit about gang hasps as well. You notice some of these have multiple holes that are on them. So if we have more than one employee working on it, each employee has to have a tag or padlock on that device. So we could lock it out with this hasp device, and you could have 6 employees put a tag on there. Or you could add more onto here and add additional employees as needed, so that every employee that's working in harm's way has a lockout device that's on there.
Got it. Sounds good. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Chris.
Great. Thanks, Bill.